As she rummaged through the trash can, Emily's eyes scanned the discarded items, searching for anything of value. She had been living on the streets for months, and every day was a struggle to survive. Emily's life had taken a turn for the worse when her parents had lost their jobs and their home. She had been forced to drop out of school and live with her parents in a shelter. But when the shelter had closed down, Emily had found herself alone and adrift, with no place to call her own. As she dug through the trash, Emily's fingers closed around a small, leather bag. She pulled it out, and her eyes widened as she saw that it was filled with money. There were stacks of crisp, new bills, bound together with rubber bands. Emily's heart racing, she counted the money, her eyes growing wider with each passing moment. There was over $10,000 in the bag. Emily couldn't believe her luck. She had never seen so much money in her life. She thought about all the things she could buy with it: food, clothes, a place to stay. But as she stood there, holding the bag of money, Emily felt a pang of guilt. She didn't know who the money belonged to, or how it had ended up in the trash. She thought about trying to find the owner, but she knew it was a long shot. As she stood there, weighing her options, Emily was approached by a police officer. He eyed her suspiciously, and Emily knew she had to think fast. "What's going on here?" the officer asked, his hand resting on his gun. Emily hesitated, unsure of what to say. But then, she had an idea. "I'm just looking for something to eat," she said, trying to sound pitiful. "I haven't eaten all day." The officer looked at her skeptically, but Emily could see the faintest glimmer of sympathy in his eyes. "Okay, kid," he said. "I'm not going to arrest you. But you need to be careful. This isn't a safe neighborhood." Emily nodded, relieved. She knew she had to get out of there, and fast. She tucked the bag of money into her pocket, and took off down the street. As she walked, Emily couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement. She had never had so much money in her life, and she didn't know what to do with it. She thought about buying a meal, but then she remembered the officer's warning. She didn't want to draw attention to herself, not with so much money in her pocket. So Emily kept walking, trying to find a safe place to hide. She finally found a small park, tucked away in a quiet neighborhood. She sat down on a bench, and took the bag of money out of her pocket. As she counted the money again, Emily felt a sense of wonder. She had never seen so much money in her life. She didn't know what to do with it, but she knew she had to be careful. As she sat there, Emily heard a noise behind her. She turned to see a woman approaching her. The woman was dressed in a business suit, and she looked like she meant business. "Hello," the woman said, her voice firm. "My name is Sarah. I'm a social worker. I've been looking for you." Emily's heart skipped a beat. She didn't know what to say. "How did you find me?" Emily asked, trying to stall. "I've been working with the police department," Sarah said. "We've been trying to track down a young woman who was seen with a large amount of money. We think you might be the one we're looking for." Emily's mind was racing. She didn't know what to do. "What do you want from me?" Emily asked, trying to sound brave. "I want to help you," Sarah said. "I know you're in a tough spot. But I also know that you don't have to be. There are people who care about you, and who want to help." Emily looked at Sarah skeptically. She didn't know if she could trust her. But as she looked into Sarah's eyes, Emily saw something there that gave her hope. She saw kindness, and compassion, and a genuine desire to help. "Okay," Emily said finally. "I'll listen." Sarah smiled, and sat down beside Emily on the bench. "Let's start with the basics," Sarah said. "What's your name, and how did you end up on the streets?" Emily took a deep breath, and began to tell her story. As she spoke, she felt a weight lifting off her shoulders. She felt like she was finally being heard. Over the next few weeks, Emily worked with Sarah to get her life back on track. They found her a place to stay, and got her enrolled in a program to help her get back on her feet. As Emily continued to work with Sarah, she began to realize that she had a lot to learn about herself and the world around her. She had been living on the streets for so long that she had forgotten what it was like to have a normal life. Sarah helped Emily to see that she was capable of so much more than she ever thought possible. She encouraged Emily to pursue her passions and interests, and to never give up on her dreams. With Sarah's help, Emily started taking classes at a local community college. She discovered a love for art and design, and soon found herself excelling in her studies. As Emily's confidence grew, she began to see herself in a new light. She realized that she was not just a homeless girl, but a strong and capable individual with a bright future ahead of her. One day, as Emily was walking home from class, she ran into a woman who looked familiar. It was the woman who had given her the bag of money all those months ago. "Hi," the woman said, smiling. "I'm so glad I ran into you. I've been thinking about you a lot lately." Emily was taken aback. "You're the one who gave me the money," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. The woman nodded. "Yes, I am. I've been watching you from afar, and I'm so proud of the progress you've made. You're an incredible young woman, and I'm honored to have been a part of your journey." Emily felt a lump form in her throat as she listened to the woman's words. She had never expected to see her again, and she was touched by her kindness. "Thank you," Emily said, her voice shaking with emotion. "Thank you for believing in me." The woman smiled and handed Emily a small package. "I want you to have this," she said. "It's a small token of my appreciation for the incredible person you are." Emily took the package and opened it. Inside, she found a beautiful silver necklace with a small crystal pendant. "It's beautiful," Emily said, her eyes shining with tears. The woman smiled. "I'm so glad you like it. Remember, you are strong, capable, and deserving of love and respect. Never forget that." As Emily watched the woman walk away, she felt a sense of gratitude and wonder. She had come so far, and she knew that she owed it all to the kindness of strangers like the woman who had given her the money and the necklace. From that day on, Emily wore the necklace as a reminder of the incredible journey she had been on. She knew that she still had challenges ahead of her, but she was ready to face them head on, knowing that she was strong, capable, and deserving of love and respect. As Emily continued to grow and thrive, she never forgot the woman who had changed her life. She paid it forward, helping others in need and spreading kindness and compassion wherever she went. And as she looked in the mirror, Emily saw a confident, capable, and compassionate young woman staring back at her. She knew that she had finally found her place in the world, and she was grateful for the incredible journey that had brought her there.